Hi guys, just for checking the video out, Steve Buzza here. I'm at the Leadbetter Indoor Academy, Bangkok, and I have 3 drills for you. And they are drills from The Golf Swing, a book that David Leadbetter did in the early 90s, but I've kind of picked 3 that I think can really help you and actually make some real nice changes, not only to improve your golf, actually to kind of improve how you think about your golf swing. So number 1 of my favorite drills, and this one doesn't involve the club. So this is the cross arm drill. So it's very key to get the body working correctly, and sometimes we can work too much on the positionings in the swing before we actually get the body working correctly. So actually getting rid of the hands crossing your body, you can actually work on the movement and get the feelings required that you can then match your arms to. So by crossing your arms, I want you to feel like you turn into the backswing, and you're certainly going to be turning through a pivot that's kind of inside of the right shoulder. So you're going to feel like you're turning a bit more into the right. The knee is staying fairly flexed. I don't want you to feel like you're doing any sliding. And if you're doing it correctly, you're going to feel a little bit of tension across the torso. And that's a good thing, because that tension is going to allow us to move quicker in the downswing. So we're certainly feeling this move. We then shift across a little bit to the left, not lifting the foot at all, but we do bump a little across to the left, and then we feel like we turn into the follow through. What you're going to see in my turn in the follow through is the leg straightens and I'm able to extend my chest. This position here, and a great analogy is if somebody was going to throw a football at you, or if you were playing football, you're turning and taking it on the chest. So it's very much extended a little bit so we can take it, drag it down and score a goal. Or you might just pass it off. I don't know which position you play in. But that feeling of turning, extending, we're very much braced into the left-hand side. The left leg is extended a little bit. That's a great feeling for you to have. So working on how the body feels like it's moving really can be important, and I would say it's more important than the arms. So if you're unsure of where to start, I'd start with the body. David says the dog wags the tail, and I think that's a great analogy. I really like the way that you think about that. It's the body that is dictating the arms, not the other way around. And like I say, it's so easy to start with all this arm positioning when you haven't sorted out the body. So again, try this, very simple to do. You don't need to be at a driving range. You can do it at work. You can do it like in the lifts and really get a nice feeling for what your golf swing and certainly what the body should be doing. So that is drill number 1. Drill number 2 looks at transition. So the transition in the golf swing is so important. It's something that gets missed by a lot of amateur golfers, and it's the difference between hitting good shots and bad shots. So this drill, again, very simple. Don't need to be at the driving range to do it, so you can work on it kind of away from the course. Very simple, but like I say, this is such an important aspect of the golf swing, missed a lot. So get the club in behind your head. I want you to feel like you turn, and then what happens is we have a little shift and a little squat with the lower body, but I don't want you to feel like you turn the upper body before this happens. So swing to the top. I want you to feel that separation, because what happens, and again, you've got to not think of the backswing going into the top of the backswing, stopping, and then having a downswing. It's not as black and white as that. And what can actually happen in a lot of people's golf swing is as we're getting to the top, the lower body actually starts turning to the target as the shoulders are still turning in the other direction. So can you see it's a far more dynamic move than thinking of top of the backswing and then it stops and goes into the downswing. It's a far more fluid motion. So trying to get that feeling of squatting down slightly and just bumping a little into the left, what that allows you to do is with the club, it creates that more of that inside delivery. It lets the club shallow out. So a very, very important move and something, like I say, really easy to work on without the club. See if you can get that lower body activating before the upper body does anything. So that is drill 2. So you've got 2 drills there that you can do away from the golf course. They can be really helpful. Number 3, let's get there. 3 is actually, you can still hit balls. Like I've got a 5-iron in my hand. I would probably use something a little more lofted, like an 8 or a 9. I want you to try and hit some shots, but I want you to have them split grip. So you're going to get like 2-3 inches apart. And the reason for this is it makes it very hard to get active with the hands. And if you find this drill really hard, it's probably a sign that you're being far too active with the hands. And if you're active with the hands, consistency might be an issue. So taking a split grip and then trying to hit some shots, and like I've been practicing this, and if you watch my vlogs, me getting active hands can be one of my faults. So I've actually been using this drill to try and help my own game. And what I was finding is going full out was quite difficult, so I was making slightly smoother swings initially and really seeing how I was getting on. Because when I first started doing it, I was losing strike. If that's the case with you, we can certainly work on the hands being more passive, and then I would be doing the cross drill to see can we get the body working better. So all of these drills kind of interlink. I would certainly be doing the first 2 before this one, but again, this is a nice one. It kind of gives you a nice feeling, and it kind of shows, are your hands being too active? Because one of the key things is we don't want them crossing over. We don't want the arms splitting apart. So if we can hit shots with the split grip, then we're going to be getting a far more consistent swing. So they're my 3 drills. I like those drills. I bet there's a lot of people watching that have looked at a lot of David Leadbetter's stuff. If you've got a drill that you prefer to these 3, please get some comments down below. I'd like to hear what drills that you've been using that have helped your game. If you've got a little bit of confusion and you want a few things clarified, again, get some comments down below. And I hope to catch you soon.